Sang-yu is a lonely and impoverished screenwriter with no job, no friends, and no living family. His greatest problem is that he has been unable to sleep for more than half a year, because every time he falls asleep, a demon appears in his dreams and turns them into violent nightmares. On this night, Sang-yu dreams that he is riding the subway when the demon arrives, grabs him by the hair, smashes a hole in the floor, and forces his head through it, killing him. He wakes up the moment his dream self dies. Exhausted, Sang-yu tries to write, but is interrupted when his landlord knocks on the door, bringing him some food. Unable to pay his rent, Sang-yu escapes through the window and wanders the streets, recalling all the experts he has consulted about his condition: psychologists, doctors, scientists, and religious devotees, each offering different theories about dreams but no real solution. He stops at a food stand and orders a crepe without egg because it is all he can afford, but the vendor adds an egg as a gift. While waiting, Sang-yu watches the cafe across the street where Hwa-er, the woman he loves, works. He met her years earlier at a bar where she was performing with her band, and her singing voice left a lasting impression on him. As he begins to eat, Sang-yu is suddenly startled by Sang-jae, his agent. He runs, dropping his crepe, but his weakened body gives out, and Sang-jae catches him. Sang-jae takes him to a restaurant and forces him to watch as he eats, scolding Sang-yu for failing to honor his contract and deliver a script on time. Sang-yu tries to explain that his insomnia has made it impossible for him to write, but Sang-jae ignores him and demands that the script be finished within 10 days. Afterward, Sang-yu returns to his apartment only to find the door locked and all of his belongings left in the hallway, confirming that his landlord has finally evicted him. With nowhere else to go, he enters a cafe and tries to write, but his hunger overwhelms him, and he falls asleep at the table. The demon appears behind him, wraps chains around his neck, and repeatedly slams his head against the table. Once again, Sang-yu wakes up in the morning at the exact moment his dream self dies, only to realize that his laptop has been stolen. Having lost his only tool for writing and struggling to separate nightmares from reality, Sang-yu messages Sang-jae, saying that he plans to kill himself and reunite with his parents. He goes to the rooftop of the building across from Hwa-er's cafe and watches her as he approaches the edge, ready to jump, but he is interrupted by the crepe vendor offering him free food. The man joins him on the rooftop and talks about different beliefs regarding death and dreams, eventually giving Sang-yu simple advice. When the nightmares begin, he should tell himself, "I'm dreaming," to escape them faster. Sang-yu remains on the rooftop, watching Hwa-er until nightfall, then sells his phone to buy food. At a convenience store, he briefly considers stealing but stops when he notices he is being watched. As he eats outside, Sang-yu is suddenly approached by Hwa-er, who shows concern for him. Realizing this is too good to be true, Sang-yu understands that Hwa-er is actually the demon, which begins slamming him against the glass. To the store clerk, it appears that Sang-yu is having a panic attack. The demon lifts him up, stabs him with a sword, and throws him through the window. As Sang-yu clings to the blade, he remembers the crepe vendor's advice and tells himself that he is dreaming, allowing him to wake up in midair. In reality, he is also falling through shattered glass, and although he is not stabbed, he inexplicably finds the demon's sword in his hands. He escapes before the ambulance arrives and spends the night in a nearby park, examining the sword and making sure he is not still dreaming. In the morning, Sang-yu goes to a street market to sell the sword, and the excitement of the buyers quickly makes him realize that he is holding something valuable. He then takes it to a pawn shop, where he is paid its true worth, 20,000. Without hesitation, Sang-yu begins spending the money. He buys a new computer, eats at an expensive restaurant, and checks into a luxury hotel. That night, he takes sleeping pills and waits for his usual nightmare to begin. The dream takes place inside the same hotel, so he steps into the hallway, grabs a vase, and loudly tells himself, "I'm dreaming." But nothing happens. As he explores further, the demon appears and chases him with a massive golden axe. The demon strikes him and sends him flying, leaving him badly injured. But after several blows, Sang-yu manages to seize the axe and declares that he is dreaming. He wakes up holding the weapon, completely unharmed. Sang-yu sells the axe at the same pawn shop and immediately spends the money again, buying elegant clothes, a new car, and drinking through the night with several women at a bar. When he returns to his hotel, however, he does not let them come inside, instead giving them money for a taxi before going to sleep. That night, he tries a new method by studying photos of a famous museum before falling asleep, and the plan works, as the dream unfolds in the same location. Sang-yu admires the ancient artifacts while waiting for the demon to appear. This time, the demon arrives with a firearm, ruining his plan. Sang-yu runs and dodges bullets, but is eventually caught and killed. He wakes up in his hotel room empty-handed and, unwilling to leave things unfinished, takes another sleeping pill. Back in the dream, he runs again and, after narrowly avoiding gunfire with an unusually agile jump, grabs 2 artifacts before declaring he is dreaming and waking up. This time, Sang-yu sells the treasures to professional antique dealers who work with wealthy collectors, receiving 2 million in return and avoiding their suspicious questions. When Sang-yu leaves the antique shop, he is confronted by an angry Sang-ge who believed he was dead. Sang-yu invites him to dine at an upscale restaurant and returns the money Sang-ge had paid him for the script, explaining that he no longer writes. The next day, Sang-yu finally enters Hwayer's cafe. After ordering a latte, he asks if she recognizes him, but she does not. He also asks why she is selling the cafe, and Hwayer explains that the business has no customers and is only generating debt. Later that night, Sang-yu gets drunk while having dinner with Sang-ge, who presses him to reveal the secret behind his sudden success. Sang-ge takes Sang-yu back to his hotel room and, after putting him to bed, pretends to leave, only to return and inspect Sang-yu's wallet and checkbook. He is startled when Sang-yu suddenly wakes up holding golden chains in his hands. Now aware of the secret, Sang-ge begs his friend to let him help manage the new business, an offer Sang-yu briefly considers. The following day, Sang-yu buys Hwayer's cafe and tells her that he wants her to continue running it. They will share the profits and he will cover any losses. To show her gratitude, Hwayer invites him to dinner, where they discuss their new partnership, and she expresses suspicion that Sang-yu wants more from the arrangement than just money. From that point on, Sang-yu regularly enters the dream world while Sang-ge guards his sleeping body. Some of these dreams include robbing a bank, where Sang-yu demonstrates the growing control he has over his powers, beginning to fight back against the demon and even moving objects with his mind. He also starts bringing back much larger items, such as a red car. Sometime later, Hwayer's cafe is filled with customers, as Sang-yu has instructed Sang-ge to pay people on the street to come inside. He also leaves a bag of money with the crepe vendor as a gesture of gratitude for the times he shared free meals with him. After the cafe closes, Sang-yu goes for walks with Hwayer, who correctly guesses that he is a screenwriter based on just a few of his words. Sang-yu begins walking her home every night after work, and one evening he lets her drive the red car from his dreams, telling her that it is hers. This sudden good fortune leads Hwayer to assume that Sang-yu must be a very successful screenwriter. While driving at night, Sang-yu remembers the day they first met, when he saw her crying after an argument with her ex following a performance, and how he later followed her to the cinema on a few occasions. In the present, Sang-yu decides to take Hwayer to the movies, which she happily accepts, though she also asks when she will be able to watch a film he has written. To avoid being exposed, Sang-yu writes an actual script and gives it to Sang-ge to read while he sleeps. Because Hwayer is constantly on his mind, he dreams of being in bed surrounded by multiple versions of her and forces himself to wake up quickly. He then finds Sang-ge in tears, praising how good the script is. Sang-yu's plan begins to take shape as they sell the script to a film company, offering their own money to hire major stars and ensure its success. They even host a special celebratory dinner, which Sang-yu attends with Hwayer as his guest. During the event, a presentation highlights Sang-yu's fabricated career, claiming he wrote many successful films but never took credit because he wanted to travel the world. A couple of days later, during a dream, Sang-yu discovers something unusual. He encounters the body of a monk in deep meditation, and when he tries to take the monk's belt, his hand disintegrates. Once it regenerates, he attempts again. As he removes the belt, the monk raises 2 smoking fingers and presses them against Sang-yu's chest, though Sang-yu does not seem overly alarmed. The demon never appears, and both the monk and the treasure soon disintegrate. One night, Sang-yu takes Hwayer to the rooftop where he once nearly took his own life, and surprises her with a fireworks display prepared just for her. When she asks if he will ever disappear as suddenly as he appeared, Sang-yu promises that he never will. They later go to her apartment, where Sang-yu practices confessing his feelings while she is in the bathroom. However, he suddenly feels pain in his chest, and, upon checking the mirror, sees 2 smoking black marks on his skin. He leaves immediately and returns to his place, ignoring the party Sang-ge is hosting, and goes straight to bed. Sang-ge prepares to collect treasure as usual, but Sang-yu tells him it is unnecessary, as he will be sleeping alone that night. In the dream, Sang-yu finds himself inside a tall, empty building where a mysterious figure waits on a balcony. As he approaches, he realizes it is an older version of himself that slowly disintegrates. When he wakes up, Sang-yu discovers a new scar on his shoulder, and more scars begin to appear throughout the day, each matching a place where the demon had injured him in past dreams. The next morning, Sang-yu goes to seek advice from the crepe vendor once again, but before reaching him, a van pulls up beside him, and he is kidnapped. When the bag is removed from his head, Sang-yu finds himself inside an abandoned building surrounded by criminals led by Chang-ge. Sang-yu offers to pay whatever they demand, and after agreeing on 10 million, he calls Sang-ge to bring the money. When Sang-ge arrives, however, Chang-ge's men seize both the money and Sang-ge himself, using him as leverage. With no other choice, Sang-yu brings the entire group back to his apartment, along with an unconscious Sang-ge, and reveals his hidden room filled with rare antiques. As Chang-ge pressures him to confess how he obtained such valuable items, an unexpected visitor arrives at the building, Hwyer. The receptionist announces her arrival through the intercom, and Sang-yu urgently tells her to leave for her own safety. Seeing how upset Hwyer is, the receptionist mentions that Sang-yu's door is somehow still unlocked and allows her to go upstairs anyway. As soon as Hwyer steps out of the elevator, one of the thugs captures her and brings her to the same room where Sang-yu is being held. Chang-ge begins mocking her and tries to provoke her by exposing Sang-yu's lies, which draws disapproval from another man who believed they were only there to steal money. As punishment for his outburst, Chang-ge puts on golden knuckle dusters and beats him while Sang-ge slowly regains consciousness. When Chang-ge turns his attention toward Hwyer, she kicks him in self-defense, giving Sang-ge the chance to strike the man restraining her with a vase. Sang-yu bites the thug holding him and manages to escape, though he is stabbed in the process. The three attempt to flee as Chang-ge shoots the man who was struck, but Sang-yu can barely walk due to his injuries. The thugs catch up to them on the stairs, where Sang-yu is stabbed again. Sang-ge sacrifices himself by staying behind to distract the attackers, allowing Sang-yu and Hwyer to escape. Overpowered by two trained men, Sang-ge is beaten to death. One of the thugs later captures Sang-yu and Hwyer on an upper floor, brutally attacking them, despite Sang-yu stabbing the man in the back with a dagger. Both Sang-yu and Hwyer lose consciousness, and Sang-yu suddenly finds himself in mysterious ruins, covered in a black substance that quickly fades as he begins to move. As he explores the area, he touches a glowing doorway and witnesses visions of the past months of his life, including moments from both reality and his dreams, as well as an image of himself being taken away by an ambulance on the night outside the convenience store. When the visions end, Sang-yu walks toward an area dominated by a massive glass wall and begins striking it repeatedly while shouting, "I'm dreaming," over and over, until he collapses from blood loss. Suddenly, his body starts to transform, and Sang-yu finds himself becoming the demon. With a machete appearing in his hand, he attacks the glass wall while imagining past conversations from his life, now altered. Instead of sitting quietly, he lashes out violently at his landlord and at Sang-ge for never showing him kindness. When the wall finally shatters, the demon emerges into Sang-yu's living room, where Sang-yu's real body is also awakening. The demon kills all of the thugs without hesitation, even manifesting its strange firearm when necessary. It then turns towards Sang-yu, prepared to kill him as well, but Sang-yu whispers, "I'm dreaming," causing all the antiques he brought from his dreams to begin vanishing, both from his apartment and from the collections of the wealthy. Sang-yu loses consciousness once more, and when he wakes up, he finds himself again at night in front of the convenience store. Hwyer finds him there, remembers him from the concert, and feels sympathy for him, taking him home to give him a proper meal. While eating noodle soup, she tells him she once read a short story he wrote in a magazine and thought it was very good, saying he only needs a bit of luck to succeed. Until then, she offers him a job at her cafe, which overwhelms Sang-yu and makes him break down in tears, as it is revealed that Hwyer had always known he had been watching her. Sometime later, while working together at the cafe, Hwyer gives Sang-yu a gift, a new laptop, so he can write again. Afterward, Sang-yu meets Sang-ge at a restaurant to return the money, explaining that he cannot write scripts on demand and only wants to write what he truly feels. Sang-ge refuses the money and instead gives him more, revealing that he managed to sell one of Sang-yu's old scripts. To celebrate, Sang-yu insists on paying the bill. Many days later, now content with his life, Sang-yu visits the crepe vendor to buy some food. The man returns the money Sang-yu once gave him and shows a scar on his stomach, explaining that he once had the same power and learned that a humble life is preferable. As Sang-yu listens to his story, the ruins from his final dream appear behind him, revealing that the new demon who killed the thugs has been following him ever since he reappeared outside the convenience store.